Start the liquor sauce.
The participants are Serpuna, 11 blue, Stereo, 11 blue, Shade, 11 green, Shade, 11 green, G-Shade, 11 yellow, Hamza, 11 yellow. I request our athletes to lead the track. And the partners of second year road do come on in front of the honorable guests. We do not come to your position, hurry up. Boys, come on. You are going to watch tug of war amongst the bulls of second year green and tigers of second year blue.
नहीं इधर नहीं एक्चुअली यही अभी नहीं खेलते
Very good.
राजा ले जा well done
Look at the show. Look at the challenge. Look at the show of might. Look at. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Much honored Principal, Chenab College, Aslam Sahab, the learned teachers, and my darling students. I pay my heartfelt gratitude to the management of this college, management of this event, that you provided me with the opportunity to be with you in this lovely weather. And believe me, it has really been a feast to watch you all doing all your activities here And rest assured that you are very much talented, my friends. And again, it would be inept not to mention here that by looking at the ways you have performed your activities here, whether it was a proper pattern or sports activities, I congratulate the teachers who are there to refine this talent. So the teachers of Chenab College, please receive my heartfelt appreciation. Indeed, when I was supposed to come in the morning here, I got a little delayed. And now I have around 5 months being here in Chennai as DPO. When I was told about this Chenab College, I did not have even the remotest idea that one day I would see a very good, unexpectedly very good building with so much talented students and much refined and dignified teaching staff. If you allow me to say, I would just utter a single word for that, simply fabulous.
Well done. Fabulous.
Usually, when we used to be in your place, when I was a student like you, I tell you that being a school student, I was a very serious student, a padaku. But when I joined my college, I was among the guys who were known to be extremely naughty. So it was a big change in my personal academic life. So, whether it was a school, a college, or a university, the speech of the chief guest was the most boring thing. We all hated it because we had to sit long to hear one apparently a fool to come on the stage and express his erudition and his set of advice to us. I'll not take much of your time, but I want you to listen to me whatever I say. I'll take only a couple of minutes, rather less than that. Basically, when we compare the West to the eastern countries, particularly Pakistan, we are unable to mark the real difference. I myself, I graduated from a university in London, UK, and I assure you again that the education imparted to us here in Pakistan is in no way less than the education imparted there. Then where lies the difference? The difference is between the two ways. In Pakistan, the mushroom growth of private sector schools basically put a blanket upon the working of the government schools, colleges and universities, resulting the loss of morale of the teachers and the students in the government schools and colleges, and a highly commercialized trend in the private institutions. So, where the problem arose was that in all this process, we stopped the evolution of being civilized. I mean, the civic evolution. In the early classes in the West world, now they have turned towards very good things, like they tell their students how to behave when they are in public. They tell their students that how you operate the systems while moving in a society. They tell your students how would you talk to a teacher. You know, it is not a common thing to call somebody sir there. Because calling somebody sir is very much ceremonious. People don't call sir each other. Even I used to call my teacher Richard. It does not reduce the respect. We should come out of certain embargoes and conditions imposed upon us. We need to grow. For example, I used to go to my university from my place of living. I used to travel around 35-40 minutes in the morning and 35-40 minutes in the evening. In 35-40 minutes, on average, from 20 to 25 times, I heard people saying each other, thank you, sorry, thank you, sorry, thank you, sorry. There was a assembly question in the UK cabinet that the employers in UK, they are throwing the Pakistani employees out of their organizations, which is being taken as a discrimination and a sign of insult to the Pakistani community living in the UK. You know what was the answer? The answer was that we have problem with the Pakistanis because they don't know how to say thank you and sorry. So we sometimes take it as an insult to say sorry, while it shows your dignity. So my request to you would be to know the ways of civilized people, while remaining stuck to your values. Even today we are better than the West. And it's not a hyperbole. It's not something exaggerated what I'm sharing with you. We are far better than the West today. But where we lack is the civilization. At least 100 years back. So let's groom our children. I would request even the teachers that while we are inculcating into their minds the new vistas of knowledge and stores and piles of books, we need to groom them to make the civic and responsible members of the society. For that, we all need to put our efforts in. As regards the problem projected by the Honorable Principal here, in 2 days, I would resolve your problem. There won't be any logistic or transport problem on this road.
Well, thank you, sir.
Another thing, my young daughter, she's in class 3. While I was driving my car, she was sitting with me, and she saw 2 police officers standing along the roadside, and she said, "Oh, Baba, police!" She got scared. I said, "Your Baba is police, sitting right with you." I request you one thing. We have dramas, and we have certain other sometimes documentaries, some programs on the TV. I wonder why. When I used to be a kid, since then onwards, I've seen people tarnishing the image of your police on these shows. They always paint a man who has a huge belly and who is there to take bribe, and they paint a police officer like this. Now you come to my organization and I will make you meet the officers who are very much intelligent, who know how to behave, who are smart. And I tell you one thing, police is not there to impose penalties on you. We are there to protect you. And because in the process of protecting you, we need to be hard on bad people, you know? We need to be hard. So this is a very bad phenomenon across the world, whether it is America, whether it is UK, Australia, that people are usually, they don't like police much because of the role of police. But all the states back their police, and all the sensible people across the world, they own their police. You know, there could be a good teacher, there could be a bad teacher. Have you ever seen a bad teacher? You would never see
Not
that
here.
because psychologically we are not allowed to grow. They are bad teachers and they are good teachers. They are good students, they are bad students. They are good men, they are bad men. Likewise, they are good cops, they are bad cops. If you go to a department, you would find good and bad people everywhere. If you go to any other society, you would find good and bad people in each of the societies. But we don't stop owning you. Sometimes there is a nasty guy, any of your brothers could be. Your parents might not like him apparently, but your parents don't stop owning him. See? If you do something wrong, your parents might be angry to you, but they won't stop owning you. They would keep on owning you. This is precisely what we have to do. And I assure you that in the last 3 years, we have made huge changes in Punjab Police.
Yes.
We have good educated lot. We are trying to mend their ways. We are trying to eliminate corruption. And my office, DP office Chanur, is open for each of your students and teachers. I am very much with you to help you out in all the issues you are facing, if any. And consider it that district police Chanur is at your service. We respect the teachers, even we have a policy, perhaps you might have seen it or heard it on some media channel. Now we have a policy that we have instructed our staff to behave respectfully when somebody shows his or her identity as a teacher.
Well,
do you know this?
Thank you.
We have given them instructions across Punjab that if somebody shows his or her identity as a teacher, whatever is his or her fault, you are expected, you are bound to behave respectfully. These instructions have been issued across Punjab.
Fantastic. Zabardast.
So we are evolving as well. We as an organization, we are evolving as well. But we need you to come forward.
Zabardast.
If you don't stop at red light, and some policeman, if he comes to you and he reproves you, do you think it's bad? It's your fault. So once we need to realize where we go wrong. I joined this organization as an ASP, Assistant Superintendent of Police, a young ASP, and unfortunately, the next year I got married. So one day, I was moving in Lahore. I was driving my car. My wife was sitting with me. It was 12:30 at night, and a very congested signal near Firdaus Market, Cavalry Ground. If somebody has gone to Lahore, he knows Cavalry Ground. The signal turned red. And my wife was sitting with me. You know what were her words? She said, why? Why you stop? I said, red signal. She said, pagal ho gaye ho. I said, what? He said, there is nobody. There is nobody on the road. Go cross it. I didn't. She said कि तुम्हारे पुलिस में आने का तुम्हारे ASP होने का क्या फायदा? तुम मेरी इशारा नहीं तोड़ सकते. And I told her कि if I had not been ASP, I could have done this. Being ASP now, I realize it how important it is to follow the signal. So kindly follow the signals.
Well done. Zabardast.
It's for your safety.
Well done.
And the other thing which is very much important, in your schools and colleges, people try to make you addict to drugs in some way or the other. Now we are grown up people. The kids are no more the kids of 10 years back. You have, your intelligence quotient is far better than I have. You are far more intelligent than I am, or the previous generations. So try to understand. I tell you very clearly, for example, there is a kind of drug known as ice. Anybody who starts using ice today, maximum within 2 years, he or she would die. There is no chance of survival. Why we should do that then? Well, we know that if we do this, it's not something macho. It's not something heroic. You are not going to appeal anybody. See, if you see it in the movies or dramas, it's a movie made for 3 hours. It's a movie made for 1.5 hours. But
Your life.
while you try to be in the company that can take you to the world of drugs, I tell you, you are basically going to put an end to your life. And your life is precious for your parents. Your life is precious for the society. Your life is precious. Your life is precious for the nationalism we are nurturing in ourselves. So please avoid the company of bad people around you. And see if some bad people in some other way, if they try to take you away and you think that something wrong might happen, please be frank and open to your teachers. Be frank and open to your teachers, your parents. Share everything. This is the time when we should not hide anything from our parents, from our teachers. Basically, your teachers might seem to you very stern, very arrogant, or sometimes very having a look of anguish on their face. But no, they are your friends. Your teachers are your best friends. Your parents are your best friends. So you must share anything bad if you perceive around you. Share it with your teachers, with your parents. And once again, I put an end on the note that I indeed, I feel much privileged to be here among you, and it would be really great, and it would be lovely ever to come to your college. Thank you very much, and if district police can be of any service to you, you are always welcome. My office is open to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We are really happy